All right, y'all. I am excited to get on into this next one. I had lost my train of thought, but okay. So we are talking about the men of the faith. We've talked about Gideon, the scaredy cat. We've talked about Naaman, the leper. We've talked about Noah, and I guess this is the fourth. Yeah, this is the fourth one. We're getting to our next guy. Now, I want to congratulate Callie on being able to be the first one to get both of my memory verses. I ended up getting her a little treat. I hope that you enjoy it, Callie. It's very special for me to see that you're learning these verses. Hebrews 11:1 and then Hebrews 11:6, and now our third memory verse about faith is going to come. It's going to be two verses. It's going to be Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. It's going to be kind of an easy one, but I believe you can do it, and I'm trying to get y'all stirred up and get y'all trying to learn these memory verses, because boys, you let a girl beat you. You let a girl tell more verses than you. Y'all should really try to get caught up along with her. All right. So, talking about the men of the faith, we'll be reading out of Genesis chapter 37 and a little bit of 38. So, but we will be talking about a very important man, Joseph. How Joseph was a very, very faithful person to the point where he had a lot of reason to give up and leave the faith, but instead he stuck with it, and it turned out very good for him. This is actually going to be a 2 or 3 part message. There's so much to take in about Joseph that we're just not going to be able to do it in one sit down. So, jump right on into it. Joseph, in verse 3 of chapter 37, now Israel, or Jacob, then another name for Jacob is Israel, loved Joseph more than all his children. Alright, so let's stop there. Joseph had a bunch of brothers. He was the 12th. He had 12 he ended up having 12 brothers. At this time he only has 11, but he ends up having 12 brothers, which is that's a pretty big family. That's about like the Dorman family, am I right? There's a whole bunch of family mixed on in like that. But now Jacob loved Joseph more than all his children. So even though he was the youngest, that was his favorite child. He loved him, he pampered him, because he was the son of his old age, and he made him a coat of many colors. The one thing that sticks out most about Joseph is his coat of many colors. He loved Joseph so much, he made a special coat. None of the other brothers got something that fancy than a coat of colors. Now, I believe a couple lessons back, I talked about how back then people only had 1 or 2 suits or shirts to go with, and that's all they had. He made a special one that was full of color. The ones normally are probably dull, just whatever they can get a hold of, but this is special. This is very special. And in verse 5 it says, "And Joseph dreamed a dream." So Joseph was able to, he had visions where he was able to interpret dreams, which was something that different people in the Old Testament and New Testament, I believe, even were able to do back then. Now, none of that is possible now. That is something that has passed away. There's no one that can interpret dreams the way that Joseph and Daniel and other people were able to do. But he was an interpreter of dreams. And his brothers knew that he was the favorite son of all of them. And they hated it. Oh, they hated him. It's sad to say. It's sad that a dad would have a favorite child, but it's also sad that the brothers resented him to the point of hating their brother. It's not nice to hate. All right, we can't do that. But they hated him, and Joseph dreamed a dream that one day that they would all bow to Joseph one day. That made it worse. Can you imagine? Who's Daisy? Can you imagine Daisy going to all of you kids saying, one day I'm going to be leader of all of you? Would you believe it? No, we wouldn't believe that. Oh, she's just some little baby. That's not going to happen. She's the youngest of that group. Why would y'all listen to Daisy? And that's what's going on now. They're thinking you are the runt, you are the smallest, you are the youngest of all of us. Why would we even think about listening and obeying you? And they got so mad they finally just got fed up with it. And we're like, we are going to kill this guy. We're going to kill this kid. We're tired of him. We're going to kill him. So they plot to kill him. So one day they catch him off guard, and they're getting ready to kill him. But one of the brothers, Reuben heard that they were planning to kill him, and they said, "No, do not kill him. Don't shed blood. Don't kill him. Let's cast him into a pit and lay no hand on him." So they're going to try to kill him, but they're not going to be the ones to kill him. They're just going to throw him in a dry pit and pretty much just let him die. Just let him sit, saying, "Oh, we didn't kill him. He died of natural causes." Yeah, that was because you threw him in a pit. That's not right. But anyways, they decide to throw Joseph in a pit, and they're going to be done with him. That's going to be it. But then some Ishmaelites, which was a group of people, a group of merchants were coming through the area, and they got to thinking, hey, instead of killing this kid, instead of killing this dude, this I don't even call him a brother, instead of killing him, let's sell him. Let's make a little money off of him. So they all got together like, yeah, that's a good idea. So they go up they go up to the merchants and they sell them for 20 pieces of silver. And they're thinking, oh yeah, we got this money. What do you want to do now? So they stole the coat, the coat of many colors. They stole it from Joseph as he was getting carried off as he was getting carried off to who knows where. They didn't care. But they killed a goat, and they soaked the coat of many colors in the blood of the goat, and they tore it to pieces to make it look like some bear, some tiger done ran up on Joseph while he was tending to the sheep and just killed him. They thought, oh, this is the perfect getaway. And they brought it to their father. They brought it to Jacob, saying that he was killed by some wild beast. And that really hurt Jacob, because that was, of course, his favorite. Even though it wasn't right to have a favorite child, they knew that was his favorite, and he cried and he mourned for a very long time over this. Now, something I want to think about, they had 20 pieces of silver. What are they going to do with it? I mean, you couldn't just come by money and then... They didn't have much money. They were all farmers. And their dad would have known if they'd bought something. So it's not like they can go off to Walmart and buy whatever 20 pieces of silver would have gotten them then. I don't know. But, and they couldn't they couldn't spend it. And they sure enough couldn't show their dad that they had 20 pieces of silver. So what good did that actually do? They couldn't have done, they did nothing with it. From putting things together, all they could have done was sat on it, and then that'd be it. So that was worthless. They got nothing out of that bargain. But remember that the dream of Joseph saying that they would all bow to him. That was a dream from God. That wasn't some dream that we have today. I'll dream about zombies and dinosaurs chasing me. Does that mean that I'm going to be chased by a zombie or a dinosaur in the near future? No, it's not going to happen. Dreams aren't like these kinds of dreams. These are kinds of dreams that are God sent. There's different people that God will send a dream, such as a prophet, and then they will be able to interpret, and they'll be able to tell people according to what God has told them in the dream. And this is what Joseph is going through. Now, understand, he is very young, and maybe a little bit of that would have been showing off. Ha ha ha! I'm gonna be the leader of all of you, and you're gonna bow and obey me. That would not have been the exact way to be able to go about doing it. Having a younger brother, myself, I could see him doing something along the lines of that, especially when he was a little bit younger. And that could have been the way that he interpreted these dreams, with a kind of boastful, but regardless, we don't know. It doesn't say, but we understand that Joseph is a faithful, and he's different. He's faithful. He isn't like the rest of his brothers. There's something about him that they don't have. And we'll continue more on into that. I got a little bit more time. I can keep on going, but Joseph is sold as merchants, or he's sold. Actually, okay. He's sold to the merchants, and then the merchants take him to Egypt, and from there, he's put on a slave auction. He's put with all these different people that have been kidnapped, that have been sold by other people, and now he is a slave. He's considered a slave, and he is sold to the Egyptian officer, Potiphar. And from there, I'm going to stop there tonight, and I'll pick up on what happens Wednesday. I hope y'all have a good week. I'll be looking forward to seeing y'all again. Remember, our memory verses are Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Then there's Hebrews 11:6. Now, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And now we have Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. All right. Well, I'm always glad to be able to do this. I hope to see y'all soon again, and I hope that you catch on to these different memory verses, boys, and Lakin, and Callie. Just keep on trying with it. Trace, I heard about what happened to you. I hope that you're feeling better. I didn't know about it till just today, but that must have been a pretty good bike wreck. I would advise you to not do something like that again. And well, I guess I'll see y'all here soon. I'm gonna pray, and then I'll close out. Dear Lord, I want to thank you for this day you've given us, Lord. Thank you for the many blessings in this day. Thank you for allowing me to be able to do this lesson, Lord, and be able to teach not only the kids, Lord, in my youth group, but whoever else may be watching this, Lord. I just pray that it's able to reach out to the right lives it needs to, Lord, that it touches hearts according to your will. Lord, I pray that you be with the kids in my youth group, that they be shining lights in their communities, Lord, around their friends, around their families, Lord, and that they may be special tools that you can use. Thank you for all things you've done for us, Lord. Thank you most for dying on the cross for our sins. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, well, I will be seeing y'all soon and be learning those memory verses, and let's try to stay faithful stewards or faithful Christians for God. Thank you.